So in the 1950s, your family moved to Vineland, and you were in business with the chicken coops?
I moved to Ireland.
You moved to Vineland.
I got married and moved to Ireland. They moved to Ireland in '49. They bought a farm.
And they were doing business with chicken eggs
Yeah.
until what year?
And my husband bought the farm in 51, and they bought the farms in 49.
How many years did they have the chicken coop running and making eggs?
Then he sold the old farm. He bought a new farm, and when he got old, he went out of the business. You know, he was already. He went out of the business also very young. He was not too long, but he used to raise the chickens and sell the eggs. I think private.
What kind of business did he do after the chicken business?
No, he was nothing.
Not your father, your husband.
Oh, my husband? We had a clothing store
In Vineland.
in Pensacola.
Oh, what kind of clothing?
Men's and boys. For men and young children.
Did you have a factory they were making the clothes in, or were you buying?
No, we bought.
So it was like a retail?
Yeah. We bought wholesale.
Wholesale. You bought wholesale and sold retail?
Yeah, in the stores.
What year did your husband retire?
He retired in 27 years. So we died.
1990?
90, yeah.
Did you sell the business?
Yeah.
Okay. Is it still operating?
No.
It went out of business after you sold it?
Well, they sold the building, and supposedly they had to build other stores, and somehow all the merchants left, you know, and they never built. It's still empty.
Right. You mentioned before that your husband was doing, or your husband's father was doing
My
business
husband, yeah,
with my great-grandmother.
yeah.
Do you remember when you first met my grandmother?
He met him in Stuttgart.
Oh, really?
In Germany.
In the old country.
Yeah.
Did you know when you were living in Philadelphia that my grandmother's family was in Newfield and Vineland already? Were you in contact anyway?
No.
So it was a coincidence that you ended up in the same...
We came to Ireland and I met the people. When I came to Ireland, I didn't know nobody.
But you said that your husband knew them in Stuttgart somehow?
Yeah, they knew me. They knew Sal and Joe and the grandmother, because my husband made business with the grandmother, with the great-grandmother.
Oh, so the business you were talking about, the jewelry and stuff, that was in Germany?
They were in Germany,
Oh.
yeah. And here in the United States now.
Oh, this makes sense because I know that my great-grandmother somehow had enough money to purchase the farm in Newfield in like 1950, and I always asked my mother, how did she have this money? And it's from Stuttgart. She was earning money.
Listen, my husband and his father came to America with $50,000.
Back then, that was a lot of money too.
Oh, then in 49.
So only in a matter of 5 years or so after the war, your father accumulated $50,000 he saved.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Well, they were very big, whatever they did in the jewelry, in valuta. You know what means valuta? It was in jewelry, in diamond, in dollars. You know, all this. You know, and they made the money.
Did you, during the 1950s, when your sons were very young, did you know my grandmother at all back then?
No.
When did you ever get to know my grandmother at all?
No. She died. No, I didn't.
My grandmother died in 1997.
1990.
My grandmother. She died in 1997. Her mother died in 1981, I think. And I know you were close with Helen Finkelstein.
Yeah.
Did you ever see my grandfather and grandmother in Vineland?
No. Your grandmother, great grandmother got married again.
Not my great grandmother, my grandmother.
Oh, your grandmother? Yeah. I knew Angie, yeah.
How did you get to know her? When did you guys have a friendship?
You know, everybody had, she was a little bit older than I am, but we came to dances, we came to eat together, so I met her, yeah.
How would you describe her personality?
Very nice, very nice, very nice woman, nice woman. I told you, I met her in Food Fair, and she told me she was going to Canada, to Florida, and we were also going in the winter time. And she says, "Why don't you rent near me?" I said, "Well, we see, you know, maybe yes, you know." And 2 days later, 3 days later, she had a stroke. And that was it.
Did you go to see her in the hospital?
No.
Or
No.
did you have any sort of friendship with my grandfather? Did you know him at all?
No, with your grandfather. I knew who he is, but no.
Did you know anything about his personality, or
No, I only heard from Helen.
what did she say?
God bless her visually, it's okay.
I'm just curious. No.
Helen did not have, I don't know, she was a good woman, sometimes a strange woman. You know, sometimes it depends in her mood. You know, sometimes
Effect from the war, maybe.
sometimes she talked very nicely, sometimes she talked, you know, it's a family. It was a family affair, you know. She always thought that your grandmother liked, your grandmother liked your mother more than them. Everything was for your mother. I mean, for your grandmother. Yeah.
Did you ever meet my great grandmother?
No.
Even back in the 1950s when they were doing
No,
business?
I came in, no. I was much younger, and they were in Newfield, and we were here, so no.
When you moved to Vineland, where did you originally live? Where was your house?
When we came to Ireland, I lived on Main Road. And then we sold it, we lived on Sherman Avenue, a farm, also chicken farm. And then I said, I have enough chicken farms. I don't want to live on a farm with coops. So we built this house.
What year did you move here?
In 86.
Wait, so you were living...
In 88, I moved here, in 86.
You were living in the house on Main Road with the chicken coops until the 80s? Until 1987, 1988?
83.
Oh. And then you built this house?
83, we moved to Sherman Avenue.
Okay.
And in 80, no, Larry was we bought the farm on Sherman Avenue in 63.
Sherman Avenue? Oh.
And in 63, I said in 86 we bought the land here and we built a house. I said I don't want to look out and see coops. We had a store, and the store was pretty good. And I always worked with my husband. We always worked together. And that's now it's very hard for me. I take it because we never was apart. And we had a very nice life. You know, we were married 60 years and we never had an argument. People cannot believe that. If I tell them that we never had they say it's impossible. You know, my kids, God forbid, if we talked a little bit louder, they said, what's the matter? Why are you talking loud? They never, no. Very, very nice life. Even we worked hard, we worked very hard, but it was nice.
Is there anything else you want to say about your husband?
Well, he also was a Holocaust survivor. He was a very, very good man, a very generous man. And for a Holocaust survivor, he was a very educated man. He was educated in Hebrew, in Polish. He knew the Bible by heart. When he went to pray, he prayed by heart. He knew he was a very smart man. Smart, educated, yeah.
When the war started, he was only a teenager, 13, 14 years old.
By then the war started, he was, I think, 15. So then it came in, the Russian came. But you know what, when America went to the war in 41, so the Russians stood with them till 42. They stayed 2 years. We were right away in 49, and they were in 39, and they were in 41. The Russian, 2 years was a Russian with them. And then the Russian left, and they came the Hitler. And also they were, then he didn't go to school no more. I mean, he finished like here would be the fourth year of college. Not finishing, but
Mm-hmm.
And he always used to say he wanted to be a lawyer or a doctor. But he never, never made it. The war came and was the end of it. And then he was also in hiding. And his mother and brother got killed. The gentle killed them, both of them. And he was very, he missed them. You know what? You always miss a mother. And that, but he had the same, after the war, they didn't have no mother. And the father was always working, and he had a sister. She was born in 39. She was, when they went in hiding, she was a baby. And she knew not to cry. She knew not. She was maybe 3 years or so. And after the war, he was the mother, because my father-in-law always, and he had a hard life, especially, when you're young yourself and you have to take care of the other siblings. It wasn't easy.
Is she still alive?
No, she died. She died very young. She was 59.
From what?
Cancer. Yeah, she died. And his brother died when he was in the 70s.
His brother?
Mm-hmm.
He had another brother?
Yeah. There were 5 kids, 5 children.
So the mother and the oldest brother killed?
No, he was the oldest, my husband. Then it was the one that got killed, and then it was a sister, then was another brother, and then was the little girl. There were 5 kids.
And so all 5 of them survived the war, and then the second brother, his younger brother, and his mother were shot and killed after the war.
No, in the war.
Well, toward the end of the war.
In the war. They went out to a gentle,
Oh.
to beg for something to give them to eat or whatever, you know what. So they were afraid. She went to the guy that they left money, to hide. He should hide the money. When they didn't know that something like that is going to happen, they're going to get killed or whatever. They figured after the war, maybe he's going to give them back some. So when they came, he was afraid that they came for the money or whatever, so he killed them. Yeah.
Is there anything else you want to say about your husband?
That's all. That's it. That's my story.
Well, thank you very much.
You are welcome. You're very nice, really, a very nice human being. Because I don't think that you were raised in a home that always talked about the Holocaust.
No, they didn't talk about it.
You see? And they didn't talk probably much about Judaism.
My grandparents did.
Yeah. But you're so proud. You know what, really? You're so proud to be a Jew. Mm-hmm. And you continue. Beautiful.
I think before my grandfather died, I asked him if it bothered him that I didn't get a bar mitzvah and that I wasn't Jewish. And he said, "You'll always be Jewish."
Oh, yeah.
And he said, the most important thing for being Jewish is tradition. It's all about the tradition. The reason the Jewish people are still alive today, through all the hardships throughout the centuries, the millennia even, is because of tradition. Mm-hmm. And so I personally feel that the best way for me to carry on this tradition as well is to educate others about the history as well.
You're Jewish, but Jewish law, if your mother is Jewish, you're Jewish.
So many Jews over the centuries have stopped being Jewish just because they would marry someone who wasn't Jewish, and then their children wouldn't be Jewish. Even if they were Jewish by law, they didn't either know or they didn't practice, and then next thing you know, their children are Jewish, and then they're just
That's it. No.
Gentiles.
So that's why I say your parents brought you up beautiful. Really, really beautiful.
Thank you.
You know? Because a lot of parents say, but they brought you up, you and your sister, beautiful. And your parents are beautiful people.
Thank you.
Very nice people. Very nice.
My father says he sees you walking, he talks to you.
I used to walk before I got injured every day. So he also used to walk. So we always meet. But lately I don't see him walking.
He doesn't walk as much. My mother used to walk every morning, very early in the morning. But now she wasn't walking so much.
She had to walk.
Yes. But now I take her out, we walk almost every day. So I think it's healthy to get outside, especially,
Oh, now
Well,
it's too hot.
It's too hot in the middle of the day,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
yeah, they go for walks. I haven't been around for like the last 5 years, so I don't know their walking habits, but I know they were walking a lot.
We used to walk 7 o'clock in the morning.
You would see my dad that early?
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah, he used to walk very early because in the summertime it was hot. You had to get up early and walk. In the winter time, of course, you walk a little bit later because it wasn't so hot here. But your mother did not. Your father walked, and then lately, your mother walks. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right, well, thank you so much. I
You
really
are welcome. And say hello to your parents.
I will.
They're lovely people.
Thank you.
And they brought you up so nice, unbelievable.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah.